Hi there, welcome back to Penguin Incorporated. My name is Gavin, and today's date is. It won't even show me the date. September 27th, 2021. Today was basically like any other day. I think I should probably stop introducing with how my days are happening because I don't really think all that much happens. There's one big topic I did want to talk about today, and that's going over a hill. When there's some challenge that you need to complete, there's some hard task that you have ahead of you. I feel like there's always that one point that you cross this segment where it starts to be the easier half of things that you have to do, and I just crossed one of those hills personally in my life. For the next show we're doing, we have to memorize a three-part act of an arrangement of this song called Mars and Jupiter. It's this orchestral piece for marching band. Well, it's not an orchestral piece for marching band, but it's an orchestral piece that's being used in a marching band setting. But anyway, over the past weekend, I spent multiple hours just going over memorizing that piece over and over and over again. And I really feel like the work has paid off. I feel like I'm, pretty confident in being able to play the music. And that's been something that's been stressing me out for, a hot minute now, is just not being able to memorize this music. And I feel like getting it out of the way has saved me so much more stress and worry than I'd usually have to deal with. And I think that's a really important lesson that a lot of people should, I guess, learn, is that getting things out of the way, even if it seems like a lot of work in the moment, will overall help you, I guess, perform or feel better in the future. And I think this can apply to a lot of things in life too. It's not just music memorization, homework assignments or tests or quizzes or really anything you have to do for classwork that you can do ahead of time. Just get it done as soon as possible. Like there's no reason for you not to do this now. You know you're going to do it later, and I guess that brings me to the pseudo point of this also, as well as procrastination. I used to be really, really bad at like trying to do assignments ahead of time, and honestly, I don't think there's a way to solve that. Like, it sounds really pessimistic, but I think if you are inherently a procrastinator, you will never be able to cut that groove of being a procrastinator like in an instant. It's really more of an overtime thing, I feel like. For me especially, as I've gotten into college and developed more of a necessity to have to do good work on a certain like time frame, when you're in college you don't have such a strict regimen of a schedule of school. It's a lot looser, your time, and you have to know how to manage that time. And especially for me, that has helped immensely with understanding that if I do procrastinate, I might not finish the assignment. And that concept to me is my motivation for doing these assignments ahead of time. Especially with friends in the past that have this issue of procrastinating, and I know it's not an easy fix, but a lot of the time they can either A, finish the assignment relatively quickly so they don't feel like they need to do it at that moment, or B, don't feel a need to do that assignment. And I guess the first half of that is the necessity. If you don't have like a drive, a reason to complete a certain task or assignment, regardless of what it is, that you'll never want to do things ahead of time. And I think it's really important to find what pushes you, what makes you want to do these things. And if you don't have that yet, that is completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's definitely, if you want to get more on top of organization, planning skills, not procrastinating, getting over that hill that you're trying to fight, definitely find some sort of motivation that continues to push you forward during these times where you're like, oh man, I don't want to do this assignment right now, I'll just do it later. And if I'm going to end out with something, just, this sounds cliche, but just do it. Like, if you're able to do it later, you're also able to do it now. Nothing that you can do now will be, more gratifying than if you're doing it after it's already done. You'll save yourself so much stress, so much worry, everything else by just doing everything you need to do ahead of time. And that's, I guess, what I'm going to end this episode today out with. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and stay tuned for more content.